Hey guys, it's Plum and welcome back to another Townie makeover. So this time I am giving Johnny Zest a makeover, and to be honest, I had a pretty hard time fixing slash changing his face because I couldn't really figure out what was wrong with it. I mean, there's not necessarily anything wrong with it per se, but I just couldn't really adjust it based on my preferences for my Sims. So I don't really know if I'm happy with it. I mean, once I put a skin on him, I guess I was kind of happy with it, but I don't know. I was just not super satisfied with this one, but I think overall, I think he still looked pretty okay, I guess. His outfits, I think, turned out fine, but nothing too special. I don't know why. I just always have a hard time giving makeovers to male Sims and stuff because I usually always make female Sims, and I don't know if it's the same case with you guys, but I just usually make female Sims. I feel like that's way easier than making male Sims. I don't know if it's because I'm female or if it's just easier to dress up female Sims because there's so much more accessories that you can put on them. I mean, not to say that males can't have accessories, but for his storyline, I guess it would just not make sense for him to have a lot of accessories. Although in hindsight, maybe I should have given him some because he's an aspiring entertainer. So maybe, but I'm still, as with all my other Townie makeovers, I still try and keep the essence of the Sim. So from his style, his looks from the previous version of himself, then I kind of want to keep that. So you can see in the outfits later, I pretty much kept all of the colors. So I still kept his top blue and then his pants mostly green. I think I used denim for one of them, but pretty much just try to keep it according to the Sims preferences because I still want him to be recognizable, if that makes sense. Although I'll be honest, I don't really know if when you see the Sim, if you can really say it's Johnny Zest. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I'm not too happy with this Townie makeover, but let me know what you guys think because it might be okay for some, but I don't know. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's also not my best, I don't think. Also, if you didn't know this about Johnny Zest, he's actually a member of the Landgrab family, but he was disowned by them after dropping out of school to follow the career of being an entertainer. And it's so weird in The Sims 4 because he does not have any relationship at all with Nancy or Jeffrey. So with the story progression enabled, he may possibly enter into a relationship with or marry other Landgrabs, which is so insane. And it's so weird. It's a tiny little detail that I can't believe they forgot to include. So that's weird. But in case you didn't know that, and The Sims 4 is your first game, then that's something that you have to consider maybe. Also, another fact about him is he actually appeared in The Sims Free Play. If you don't know what that is a mobile game that you can play on your mobile phone, obviously. And in there, he actually dresses differently. He dresses more, a lot more, loudly, with animal prints and stuff like that. And I was debating whether or not I would want to keep that style or keep his style on The Sims 4. And I went with the Sims 4 one. I don't know if that was a bad idea because this is kind of almost the same as what he has on. I just kind of made it a bit younger because he is a young adult, and I've seen this with a lot of other townies too. You see these young adults looking like adults, you know what I mean? They all look the same and they even dress the same. So I just wanted to keep his look a bit younger. But anyway, I was saying I was debating whether or not to use his Sims 4 self or his Sims Free Play self, and I went with the Sims 4 because as I mentioned earlier, I still really want to keep the essence of the character. And some of you guys may just know him from the Sims 4, this may be your first Sims game, and you might not recognize him if I dress him in wild animal prints and stuff like that. So I just went with a simpler version. Also, if you can notice, the animation, not the animation, but the duration, the speed of this speed cast is not that speedy. It's usually at 600% for me for speed builds and speed casts. But since I was only giving a makeover to one person and it was a male, so I can't really play around with it as much because it's not because they're male, but mostly because of my own skills with male sims. This is at around 200%, so it's kind of slow. So if that's boring, feel free to play this at like a 2 times speed. I don't know, do you guys do that for YouTube videos? Because I definitely do that a lot, like especially for ebooks. No, not ebooks, for audiobooks. I do that a lot for audiobooks, and I get to listen to so many books because I keep it at like sometimes even like 2.75 times the speed, the normal speed, especially for audiobooks, because their pace is just so slow, like compared to YouTube and Netflix and like stuff that I watch and consume like most times. It's just very slow paced, mainly because obviously they're like books, so their pace is like very storytelling, which essentially is what they're doing anyway. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do for audiobooks. I don't know how I got to that topic, but there you go. Okay, going back to Johnny Zest. For him, I chose to do like 5 everyday outfits because I don't think I always debate on whether or not to do like a lot of everyday outfits or to create all of the outfits for like different occasions, like for formal, for party and stuff like that. But I feel like for Townie makeovers, like it wouldn't really make sense for me to like change their like formal stuff if they're not as iconic as their everyday outfit. I mean, I feel like we see his everyday outfit like every day. So, I mean, for the pancakes, I did like they're formal, they're athletic and stuff like that. But that's mainly because like we know what Bob Pancakes like wears to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, and for Johnny Zest, we don't really get to see that a lot. So that's why I went with this. Anyway, another thing that I realized when I was giving Johnny a makeover was that I never actually play with Johnny for some reason. Not that I ever play with the other townies, but like say Mortimer Goth, for example, or like Nancy Landgrab, they always like come up in my saves. Like I always make them my spouse or like my friend or whatever. Like they always come up and I always get to interact with them, but Johnny not so much. I don't know if it's just me or if I just unconsciously ignore Johnny when I see him. So I don't know. Let me know, what do you guys think of Johnny as a sim? Like, do you always make him your spouse and stuff? Because there are other sims that are always like present, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, like Akira Kibo is someone that I always make my spouse because he's just very attractive to me. So I always make him my sim spouse. But Johnny, like I've never even made him my friend, I don't think, like ever. So I don't know. Also, if not Johnny, like who do you always make your sim spouse? Because I know that a lot of people have that like default sim that they like marry or something. Because I saw that in like a Reddit thread, I think, and a lot of people said Akira Kibo too. So I might not be alone in this. Anyway, the video is coming into an end soon. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. CC links will be down below, although there's not a lot of CC. But yeah, thanks so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.